Now, you've been busy. You've been gone. So,
Yeah.
you went to Nashville.
Went to Nashville, went and saw some of our friends in Nashville.
You got to see Ty Stellick.
I got to see Ty
Because he
Stellick.
had his,
His Grand Ole Opry debut.
yeah,
which is
that
so cool.
was
I've never been to
awesome.
the Opry, and so it's just like it's very emotional itself. It's like the longest running. They air it live on the radio, which I did not know.
I didn't either.
They air it live on the radio, and it's the longest running radio show. It's like so historic, and you could just feel. And it used to be at the Ryman, so they took wood from that, and then they put it in the middle of the stage at the Opry where it is now today. And so when Wyatt and his family went and toured it one time, and they let you go stand in it and take a picture, but his whole family has musicians, so they wouldn't go stand in it because it's like bad juju to go stand in it.
Right.
But so just like to stand in the Grand Ole Opry Circle for the first time is a really big deal, and they make
Yeah.
it a big deal.
I was
And
excited
so-
for him
me
when
too.
I saw that he was going to get to go
I
there.
know.
So
it was good. He played a sad song, and I bawled. I had goosebumps, and I cried, but he did a good job. And they do like a little interview, and it was funny. He said something, and they were like, they asked him how it felt, and he goes, "I think I might have peed my pants." It
hey, he
cute.
was on,
Yeah.
We know Will played it last year, and Rusty and Trevor went and got to go in, and that was really
So
cool.
cool.
Of course, I didn't go, but they did, and they said it was a cool experience.
We'll
so.
have to go to Nashville for just fun sometimes. We also went to a few antique stores, and it was your vibe.
We go to Nashville
your vibe.
sometimes, but usually
We're
we go
always
for a
working.
conference
Yeah, we
or-
don't ever.
Yeah, we don't.
We
have
don't
time.
like rent a car or anything like that.
No.
We're always like just kind of Ubering. And it's pretty much on Broadway. Unfortunately, like it's just
We did
is-
scooters one year.
And
about
I
plowed-
wrecked into Ryan
Yeah,
that
you
year.
plowed
Yeah.
into Ryan. And I
Uh-huh.
about
Yeah,
took out
sorry.
a couple of people going down the
You
sidewalk.
had your big bag, and you were.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
But that was fun. Yeah, no, he did a really good job, and we saw a lot of our friends. Luke, our Tixer rep.
That's
for
our ticket guy.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
ticketing company, and went over to his house for dinner and got to see some manager friends of ours. And
It's fun to see them like not outside of calling to be a pain in the
Yeah,
ass all
yeah,
the time. Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
hey, this
yeah.
doesn't work, or hey, can you fix this? So it's nice to be able
Yes.
to have supper with them or whatever, and not just
Yes.
have a problem every single time.
yeah, and get to. It's also so nice to talk to people in our industry, like on a friend level
Right.
too, just because it's such a unique industry. Unless you're in it, you don't get it, and so there's a camaraderie there. No matter how much we're at our throats, like next week or last week, like we can have a good conversation. Went and saw the Pinnacle. One of our friends gave us a tour of the Pinnacle, and
Now,
it's
how big is that?
4,500
They're
cap.
a little bit bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe like 3,000.
Yeah, it's and they have it to where you can kind of scale it down. So they've got the top row. A lot of times in arenas and stuff, they'll close that top section.
Right.
Well, they have a curtain that goes
Oh.
around, so
You don't see it
You don't
then.
even see it.
That makes it
yeah, and
100
it
times
looks,
better.
It looks cool. Yeah, it's bougie. It's nice. It's right downtown. But
Bougie,
it
you're
is
bougie, so
yeah.
that's a bougie thing for you,
They do little postcards back in the green room, which I thought was really cool. We're probably gonna steal that from them. I thought that was cool.
I've always wanted to do that, and I've told them before, to grab me these pictures, but now I'm going to really stay on our picture guy to get us some. I wanted to do it in here just because, we have so many people that come from all over the states, but also all over other countries.
All over the country,
also, so, and I think that would be something that would be cool, to have and to offer.
Yeah.
And
We've had people from all over. Was it Willie Nelson? We had some people come from Amsterdam, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I was like, why it's my husband speaks a little Dutch. I was like, he might have to go. He might have to go deal with that.
Yeah.
They were sending us an email asking us questions. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So I mean, that's always cool. So yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was cool, and got to hang out with friends, and we don't get to do that very, very much, and
No.
so that was fun.
Then you came right back home and
Right back
Cattle
home.
Baron.
Cattle Barons Ball. Yep.
Yeah.
The Cattle Barons Ball. It raises money for the American Cancer Society. This is I think our 4th year that we've done the cocktail challenge.
Right.
But I am on the entertainment committee now, and so I feel like I didn't do much for the entertainment committee. The guy that does that, he's done it for a long time, so I feel like he's got
Yeah,
it
he
in
knew
the
what he
bag.
was
He knew what he was
doing.
doing. He didn't really
Yeah.
need my help, but so I went out there and helped decorate and stuff like that. My friend Mackenzie, she did the cocktail challenge decorations this year, and so drug Wyatt out there, and we hung some. It was like disco themed, so we hung some disco balls and balloons and stuff like that. It was really cute.
Now I saw pictures like they have 2 stages, which I thought is like why.
So
because they're not, usually when you see that there would be like one way over here and one way over there, but like they're right there together.
Yeah,
so.
where they would like turn around.
Right.
Yeah, they switch. So they have an opener. So this year it was Renegade. They're a local band. They're really good. And then they do. So it was the Renegade on one stage, and then they did Wade Bowen on one, and then I think they do the auction on the other one. I'm pretty sure. But then they go back and they have a DJ, an after party DJ. It was DJ Tate. He's opened for Stevie Aoki out here before.
Oh, okay.
But so the bands, instead of
they
having to
don't
do a changeover,
right. They don't have that 20 minutes or 30 minutes of dead time basically where they pull everything off. They pull everything off, and I talk with my hands. They pull everything off and they put it back on.
Yeah, they just so they can go back and forth. Yeah.
Right, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes it nice. Wyatt had to load the stages out too, so it makes it really nice because like while the DJ's on one stage, they can go ahead and start breaking down, like clearing stuff off the other stage.
Right.
So it makes it a little faster to load out too. So.
Yeah. And I loved their graphics this year. I don't know who did them, but the neon and the cactus and the pink and the green, and all of it was cute. From just the little borders to the printables, the retro sign. Whoever did that did a really good job. I really liked them.
I'm not sure who did that part. That was already set by the time that they asked me to get involved. That was already set up, all those invitation, everything. But yeah, they were really cute. It was Ranch Revival themed.
Yeah, I liked it. It was. They did a really good job on the graphics and stuff. It was
for sure.
It was really cute. So
cute.
It's always. I feel like go, and I haven't been. Well, no. Madison's like, you want to take? I'm like, no.
Yeah, we had a table. Yeah, you should go sometime. Check it out.
I deal with enough people. I would love to go home and just, go home. So
it's fun. Grandma bought a dove hunt in the live auction. I took my grandma.
Did?
Yeah, my grandma bought a dove hunt in the live auction.
Why?
She said that she just thought that would be a fun thing for the grandkids to go do, and I was like, well, you've got to go. And she was like, well, maybe.
I hate to tell you, I bet Grandma can outshoot every one of y'all. My money's on her.
I know. She's gone and done a lot of classes and stuff. So I think so too. I feel like Grandma could outshoot us all.
Yeah, my money's on Grandma. So just so you know,
watch out for Grandma.
Yeah, watch out for Grandma.
What about you? Where have you been? Anywhere?
I just been working. That's it. That's it. Oh, did you see? I've been telling Madison ever since we've started this that we're gonna have some hate. I mean, it is what it is. Anytime you're put yourself out there, people are gonna talk about you. So I was showing her, our first comment on YouTube, of course, was a hate comment. But you know what? She made her account just so she could.
Yeah, she went and made. Yeah, she had just. It tells you, I think, on YouTube how old the account is.
No, it was that day.
And she made it that day and put a hate comment on there.
But her picture is red, just red.
Yeah,
so she doesn't put her face on there,
not her name,
or whatever,
not her.
Nah,
picture,
but they want to talk about how bad I look or whatever.
Yeah.
So you know what? Go for it. If that's what thrills you to go in there and talk shit about me, go for it.
Yeah, you've been trying to warn me for a long time. I think I'm just I might be a little too, I don't want to, maybe dumb, but maybe a little ditzy, a little too dingy to realize sometimes when people are talking shit. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, it's never, it doesn't faze me too bad, but.
Well, I just think it's funny that they take that time out of their day to go on there to make an account to talk trash about you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's simple. When I see something on social I don't like, I just keep scrolling. And if it gets very annoying, I just block it. It's not a big deal. But do I go on there and talk trash to someone? No, they're not worth my time.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago too, with them going and talking trash to the young artists and stuff too. Leave them alone. But it is what it is. But they were. I think I'm a little too dingy. This weekend somebody was talking trash and I was too dingy to figure it out to my face. Yeah. They said something to my husband first. They said, I've got to talk to your wife about her podcast. And he's a dingbat too, because he goes, oh yeah, and he was like, and she goes, she said, I can't believe that your wife would have her as a guest on there. And I was like, and Wyatt was like, I don't. He was like, she obviously wasn't getting it right, but I didn't know that he had that conversation at all.
Yeah.
And so the same lady comes up to me, and she said, I need to talk to you about your podcast. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, isn't it great? Like, and she said, you're gonna have to rein her in, talking about you.
Oh,
and,
go for it.
Had I realized that she was talking trash at the time, I probably would have been like, you try to rein her and good luck. Like, I wish you all the best. But I just laughed. I was like, oh, I know. Isn't she a hoot and a half? Like, she's so funny. Like, I didn't even, right over my head, didn't even realize she was talking trash. And then she said something else, like, off the cuff, like, later on in the conversation. And then that's when it kind of started dawning on me. And then when Wyatt and I left, I asked him about it, and I said, I think that lady might have been talking some crap. And he goes, no, I think so too. And then it wasn't until we like compared our stories that we realized that she was talking trash. But that's typical.
If you're watching, I hate to tell you, it's my podcast. Yeah. Okay.
Misty's
so
podcast.
It's mine.
Yeah.
There is no reining me in. Just like I told the other lady, if you would like to, just keep scrolling. Yeah. That's what I told you earlier, though. They're not going to do that because they want to know what we have to say. They want it, so they're going to watch it. And you know what? Go for it. Because you know what? All you're doing is giving us views. And if you want to top in that hate shit, go for it. Because you know what? That's only going to keep us, it's just going to help us go out there.
And if you're going to talk crap to our face, maybe say it to Misty, because I'm too dumb to realize that you're talking about it. That's happened to me multiple times, though. Like that one time we had this kid get kicked out.
Oh, yeah.
We had this kid get kicked out, and I remembered when he came in, and I knew that he was like, I think he was a guest of the artist, but it was like removed, right? Like his dad knew somebody or his uncle or somebody, like he was far removed, but I still was gonna go like see what the situation was, try to make it right, like be nice. We don't want the artist mad if we had to kick out one of their guests or something. And I didn't know what the situation was, just saw him get kicked out. So I walk out there to go see what was going on. And honestly, had he been nice, I probably would have let him back in. Right. And he said, oh, they sent this fat girl out here they didn't say girl, he said she was like, they sent this fat bitch out here to talk to me. And so I turned around and looked over my shoulder thinking, he's got to be talking to somebody else. Like, it's just, legitimately, I was like, I wasn't even doing a bit. Like, thought, I was like, somebody must have followed me out here. So if you're going to talk trash, I probably won't know about it, and it'll just go over. I know about it, but honestly, keep talking it. It goes right over my head. Because you're talking about us, we've always been that way here. We have gotten so much controversy, so many things that have gone on that people haven't agreed with, don't like, can't figure out how we're here, what we did, I also can't keep up with it either. Misty will be like, oh, that one guy that like talks crap to us all the time. And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, really don't. But talk it, because all you're doing is helping us. You're spreading our crap, so just keep talking it. Yeah. It's funny. It doesn't hurt. Water. And Misty has nerves of steel. It's not going to bother her. I only have 2 brain cells, so it doesn't bother me because I can't figure it out. And so no one's bothered. It's fine. Nah. Nobody's bothered. Nah. It's fine. But. Our second episode hopefully will go out this week. Rusty and Trevor did it last week, and that would be the 3rd. So it'll probably be out next week. But they did a really good job. They both gritched and whined and, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to whatever. What do we talk about? I said, I don't know. Just talk about it, Yeah. But they did a really, really good job. So that one I look forward to everybody seeing because it's really good with both of them. They're funny. And so Rusty's hilarious. I don't know how many people really know how he just really cracks me up. Well, I don't think a lot of them see that side of him though. Yeah. They see really that funny. He's in a hurry, he's on a mission. Which
he's
is my
working.
favorite version of Rusty when he's like stomping mad and.
Oh well, he does
Hurries.
get stomping mad
When
sometimes.
he's just mad walking somewhere.
But you know, he is
going.
not. He's not a
He's not
confrontation
confrontational. Uh-uh.
person when he's mad.
No.
You know, now he can turn red and he can put those hands down and just go as fast as he
Yeah.
can go, and he'll get me and say, "Come deal with this."
Yeah.
Now he won't do it, but he'll stand behind me all day long and go, what she said. I mean,
Remember
he'll
that?
back me, but he will not. He hates confrontation.
Yeah. Remember that girl that got kicked out in the bus barn that time?
Oh, I thought he was gonna have a stroke.
And she was like, "Do you know who my dad is?" And he said, "I goes, I don't care who your dad is." And he was
Well-
like, "Do you know who my sister is?" I come marching in here so fast.
I know,
He
and I
was
had
so
just
mad.
ordered a steak that night because the concert was,
Oh,
going
yeah.
smooth, and I was hungry before the kitchen closed, and just put a steak down in front of me. And here he comes. Misty, you gotta come deal with her. And I go out there and I'm like, oh my God. And he was so mad, but he just hates it.
Yeah, he couldn't deal with it.
Yeah,
but
he said, she gave me
was-
her phone. I told her I didn't want it. She said, put your number in here. He said, if you don't take your phone, I'm dropping the damn thing.
Yeah. She sent us cookies.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was just like, are you kidding me?
She
Yeah,
sent us
to
cookies.
apologize the day after.
Yeah,
and I
'cause
was like,
she-
really?
She was in the wrong. Yeah, but that
Yeah.
one was really funny. That was funny. Yeah, I saw him just like walking.
Oh, you can tell when he's just,
I got mad a couple weeks ago and was walking, and I know I looked like that.
oh, yeah, you
I'm not
did.
related to them, but I probably could have fooled somebody that day the way I was booking it
Yeah.
around the corner.
You know, some days it's like that out here, and some days you do have to
walking
walk
it off.
You do. You just have to walk it off. It's, it is what it is.
She was like, "Do you want this golf cart?"
Yeah, I was
said,
going to ride
"I'm-
back.
I'm walking it off. I'm walking it off.
I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep rolling on down the road.
Yeah. I was like, that one's on you. I'm going to go take a lap. I'll be back. But yeah, I probably could have fooled somebody that day. I know I was
Yeah.
stomping mad because one of our cops was like, "Are you okay?"
No.
I was like, "No, you go to the gate." He was like, "Okay."
Oh, well, it happens. It happens to the best of us. But like I say, Rusty doesn't do that, though. But he does have that funny side. And sometimes he can just
I do.
quit back with some of the, and you're just like, where did he?
Where did he come up with that?
Yeah.
I know, he's so funny sometimes. He's quick, yeah.
Yeah.
And Trevor is funny too. Whenever I'm sure it was. I'm excited to see that one. I had just
They
gotten,
did really good.
I had just gotten back into town, so I missed that one. But
Yeah.
I bet it was hilarious. They're funny, and they had some funny stories to tell on you too, which are
Oh, I'm
all
sure
the
they
best
love. They
ones,
just think
I
it's
heard.
so damn
Yeah.
funny, and I'm just like, whatever.
I know.
Just because I gotta keep them in rain sometimes, because they think of the stupidest crap. But
My favorite story that anybody ever tells on you is the one where you kept smelling weed and you thought that it was a skunk. They convinced you that there was a family of skunks that lived down the road.
I honestly did not know.
And they were like, "This is and they were like, "Oh, it's a family of skunks. It's a family of skunks." And she was like, "Y'all have got to call the exterminator. Did y'all not call him?" "Oh yeah, we called him."
I said, set a trap.
Yeah, set a trap, call somebody. Y'all got to do something.
And
about
it wasn't
this.
anyone that is here.
Yeah, no.
It was a whole nother issue. But
And then they just wouldn't tell you, and so it was hilarious though. And then she finally figured it out, and she was like, "Why did y'all lie?"
I know. But they let me believe like for a
Yeah.
year that I had a skunk in
so
that
funny.
alley,
Yeah.
and it was just like they're just I don't know.
That one's always my favorite. That one cracks me up every time. But
I want to know who was the first person that ever said, "This stinks. Let me try to smoke it." I mean, like what?
why?
What? I mean, honestly, have you ever thought about what kind of person
Like,
that is, what they
why?
look like?
Yeah. Listen, I think that a lot about. You're gonna laugh at me. I think that about milk.
Milk.
Why? Who thought I'm gonna drink that? Who thought I'm gonna grab a hold of that cow? And I'm gonna drink that.
Oh, I
think
don't
that about
know.
milk all the time.
I don't know.
See, this-
It is some days around here. You just never know what's going to happen.
What do we have coming up? We've got some private events coming up. I booked. Rusty had a guy text me about a firefighter that's retiring, and we're gonna do their retirement
Yes.
party on the patio.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to that. We charge a rental fee a lot, but I did waive it for them just
We
because that
normally do with
stuff like
police
that.
and fire and those
Um,
kind of things.
He was, yeah. He's been a fireman for a long time, and he said I teared up about it yesterday because and I was talking to Wyatt about it, but I teared up about it because he said a lot of people don't really think much. Like he was like, the firefighters are kind of an afterthought, and he said he was like, I'll remember that. Thank you. And I was like, that is so sad. Like that just like really hurt my heart because I always think about, I think a lot of people don't think about this. Firefighters are the first one on the scene of an accident a lot of times. Like for anything, they beat paramedics, they beat.
Well, they have to go with the ambulance now.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got to think they're blocking traffic. I mean, they're doing all.
Yeah. When you were with the EMT, a lot of times was there like a firefighter there like before you got there or no?
Well, it's voluntary.
Yeah.
But yes, a lot of times like they're in their personal pickup if they heard it or seen it or think they might need assistance or something. Those guys are just all of them, whether they're on staff or volunteer or whatever. They're just good giving people. I mean, that's just what they are. We've done a lot of things like that and worked with those guys. They're just good people.
I just was like, oh my gosh, that makes me so sad to think about because all of our cops that come out here and work out here and just come out here for dinner, and cops and firefighters and medics, and we get a lot of all of them out here, and I just am like, I can't imagine that. I don't know, I just love them all so much, so I just can't imagine somebody just kind of like thinking of them as an afterthought because we're so like grateful for them all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that, but that's not how. I mean, maybe just because that's not how we think. And I hate that they think that.
Yeah,
I think that's the worst part
it
of
made me so sad, dude. Like I was sad
that they
all
think that
afternoon
because
when
I
he
think
said that.
honestly, I don't think most people think that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was like, I think that y'all are great, and I was just like, no, we of course like appreciate everything that you guys do for us. So
yeah. I know we're getting a lot of emails and we're holding a lot of dates for next year, so that's exciting. It'll be exciting to see what pans out and that kind of thing.
Some calls this afternoon to maybe get some stuff locked in.
Yeah, we do. We have a Zoom call later.
Yeah.
I am excited about Hardy still. I just every time I see it, and he is selling out some huge arenas.
Yeah.
Right now, it's crazy, but his tours, they just look so much energy. I can't wait till he's here. So if y'all don't have a ticket to Hardy yet, you better go get it.
Yeah, don't. I think a lot of people are like waiting because of the summer, but I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't suggest that if you.
I would go get my ticket to Hardy.
I would get it quick.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be cool. Gavin's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already started. They called me about Hardy last week. I think we started advancing that for them to come out, and it always makes it. I'm so much more excited when for a show, like when the crew is cool and like really nice, and I have a good advance call, and they were really nice.
Tell people like when you say advance call, like they go over. I mean, you're on the production call. We don't actually do, we have a guy for production, but you're on that call just to make sure that, if we knew we needed to rent something, so budgets wise, because you also have to understand when these artists, and a lot of these are on these huge tours, right? So they go into these big arenas, and even when we do a one-off with them, right? Because they're on, like Koa, he's on an arena tour,
right?
Whatever. Hardy's on an arena tour, but we've done a one-off with him. So when they deal with those people, they have like 100 people on these calls because like every person does one thing. Like, oh, you only deal with the tickets.
Yes.
You only deal with the food.
Yeah.
You only deal with the room. You only deal with the bathroom situation. I mean, there's somebody and here it's like, oh, well, who handles this?
Like,
Madison's like,
it's me. They're like, who does merch? Who does?
Yeah.
They have, and everything. They are like, who does hospitality? Who does merch? Who am I going to settle with?
Right.
Who does the box office? And I'm like, who
and
does?
And it's either one of us or one of us does it all,
And I'm like, oh, that'll
but
be.
there's only
the one
two
you
of
talk
us
to about
basically.
that.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'll be running around dealing with something else, and then Misty can handle the settlement. I'll be like, oh, you're actually going to settle with her today. But yeah, just depends on what's going on. But yeah, for the most part, it's just us. Olivia helps with some hospitality stuff, so she will like fill their riders for them.
Do the shopping, that kind of thing.
And then Michael does a lot of the production, but I look over all of the budget. So when we go into an advance, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're talking about everything in advance, so we're all on the same page.
Yes.
As far as production, things that aren't going to, a lot of times their arena production won't fit our stage the way that they're used to it fitting in an arena, and
Right.
so those calls take a little bit longer. We want to make sure that everything's going to hang correctly, that we have everything that we're going to need, that we don't need to, a lot of times for arena stuff, just because the push, like where they load in from, where they
A lot
back
of times
their
they have
truck,
a long way to go inside those.
yeah,
a lot
they
of
have a long way,
hallways.
yes.
Yes.
And so they need, 50 stage hands. Well, we're loading dock height. They drop and unload that right off the truck. So we have a conversation about that. We need to probably cut that back.
Right.
And so just kind of talking about all those things in advance, and then also making sure that everything is within the agreed upon budget, because when we're doing these contracts, there's a budget that we've set, and if we go way outside of that, it's a conversation we have to bring back, and
Right.
hey, we're way over budget here, like how are we going to handle that? Sometimes they want to cut back, sometimes we increase the budget, just depends.
And
on,
sometimes they just want to keep adding crap.
yeah,
You just never know.
We've had shows like that before. They're like, yeah, we know, and we're gonna pay for it, and
Yeah.
carry on. We want it, and so okay, great. And then sometimes they don't, and
Yeah.
that's then I'm like, okay, well then you can't have that.
Well, I mean, it's a thing. I mean, you
somebody's
just
gotta-
everybody.
like it has to get paid for, or we can't have it. Like, what do we?
Right,
it's
and
nothing's
sometimes we agree to
for free. Nothing
no.
in this
Well,
life is
sometimes
free.
we agree to split it, or sometimes we can eat it.
So
It just depends.
on the show. But yeah, we talk about all that in advance. Make sure talk about the green rooms that they're going to go in, and the spaces that
Right.
we have for them, and how many towels they need, and how many what their rider looks like, where they're going to have dinner, if we're catering that, if they're eating in the restaurant. If they need breakfast, some of them they load in later, so they don't need breakfast. Sometimes they do. So
There's a
It's
lot
different.
that go into those calls.
Yeah, they usually take about an hour and a half for a big show like Hardy that has a lot of moving parts to it. And then just again making sure that we're, a lot of times when they talk about production, I only like half know what they're talking about, and so I will have to. Michael takes the lead on that part, and he's like,
But
yeah, we
it's
can do
still
that,
nice
and
just to
yeah.
know, and we know then if
Just so
we got to
yeah.
have they want to use this or they
Yeah.
don't like that.
Make sure that
or-
all of our hey, we're gonna need all the forklifts that day, guys. Like,
Right.
We're gonna need all the scissor lifts that day. Like, make sure let Trevor,
Yeah.
Rusty, and the car guys and the sign guys know. Like, we need all the lifts.
Yeah.
All hands on
I
deck
know.
for the lifts today.
I walked in on the last part of that Zoom
Yeah.
call, I guess, with them when you were talking with them, and they were talking about merch, and they were like, "There's no merch split," and we're like, "No." And they were really excited about that.
Yeah.
And most
They
artists
always
are.
are, yeah.
But I said from the beginning, that's not right. We do not
No.
take their merch split.
No.
A lot of places will, but my thing is, it's not our name.
Yeah.
We're not selling their T-shirt.
Yeah. You see that a
They're
lot.
selling their merch. Their name is selling their merch. And I don't think it's right for us to take a cut of that. Now, with that being said, if they want to hire a merch seller, sometimes they are only
Yeah.
got the one guy to oversee it, and they need four people.
Yeah,
I'm
have
like, okay,
10,000
great.
people out here. One guy
Yeah,
is not.
we
gonna
need
sell
6 more merch.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah.
then they
We've
pay for
got
the
some
girls
people,
or
yeah.
whoever the guys. Quade does it. Some of our girls do it.
Yeah.
They'll pay
Del Rey
them.
kills it. Who was it? There was a band one time she sold merch for that tried to take her on the road, and I said
I
she
forgot,
has to
yes.
work this weekend. She has things to do. She
They
has-
really did. Yeah, that was
they were like,
crazy.
please, can we have her? I was like, no,
No.
you can't. Actually.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the one I
but,
put my foot down about.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I think the artists really like is that we don't take their merch split.
Yeah.
I mean that's their name selling that merch.
Yeah, I also am. I think they're also grateful. I mean, it's a lot of work to take the merch split too, because you have to count it in,
Oh.
and you have to count it in and count it out, and then it's usually a percentage. So you've got to
But
take
still,
the cost out. and then
sometimes
the
it's a lot of money.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah. My thing is, I think that merch gets them down the road a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, if the
It's just
if the show
not
didn't
a-
do what it needed to do, or they they have something happen. I mean, people they are people. We keep saying that they are human. They have human things happen to them. Somebody
Yes.
gets sick, someone dies, something happens, and they have to take some time off the road. Like that merch helps cover those, and
Well,
then
it's just
a lot of them are on
expensive
salary, so
anyway.
it covers their salaries to
Yeah.
be able to do that. And so I think they, and I think they, and I feel like they always do a good price of merch here too, because
Well, they don't have to deal it for
They don't have
$65,
to.
$70
Yeah,
because they're
'cause
not in the
they're getting
arena having to
100%.
give 30% or 20% or whatever off.
and they sell a lot of merch here.
They do,
we've
but,
had
you know, our
several bands
people
say that we
buy.
break records. We've had
Yes.
several bands say that they've broken merch records with us.
But our
so
people
that's cool.
buy, they want a t-shirt,
Yeah,
you
keep
know, which I
buying 'em.
always think is so awesome to
Yeah.
go out. I mean, that's another way you support your band is you go buy their
Yeah.
merch.
Another thing that I think we really pride ourselves on, and that I think is really cool, as somebody that, like, you know, we were talking about, I go off to the different
Right.
festivals and stuff like that, so I see, you know, every way that they're nickel and diamond people sometimes is we, you know, have affordable pricing for our food. You know, we have food trucks that can
Hello.
be affordable.
Yes.
Hold on, we'll pause.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Bail bond.
Sorry. No, not bail bond, but my air conditioner guy is finally going to
Oh,
come out here and check
good.
it out. So
Thank-
we've been having a little air problem.
Thank God.
But so tell me, what were you saying?
So the you
That
know,
you
when I
pride-
go to like other festivals
Right.
and stuff like that, I see like all the ways like that things are really high, you know, priced or like overpriced. You know, when we get food trucks out here, we're making it affordable for the food trucks to come so they can make food affordable for you guys. Same in our restaurant, same at our bars, same with our parking situation. We try really hard to make parking and things like that affordable or free, or, you know, have places like that. And so I think it makes a really big difference to the artist being able to sell merch, because you didn't have to spend, you know, $100 on top of your ticket to get here. So now you've got it to buy merch.
Yeah, you know, I just think that that's just, you know, and I've had a bunch of promoters, a lot of people I know that have either traveled or, you know, say they were, you know, whatever, that, oh, you need to get that merch fee. You need
they
to
all
do
tell us to
that.
do
And I'm
it.
like, no, that is
No.
not our merch. That is, we didn't do anything to sell that for you to want to buy that t-shirt. That is on the artist. Their name sold that merch.
We also sell our own merch too, so I think we get it a little bit better too, as people
Yeah.
that sell our own stuff.
Yeah, so y'all remember, always go support your artists, buy their merch.
Buy their merch. Yeah.
You know, whether it's a koozie or a t-shirt,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Helps get them down the road for
It
sure.
does definitely.
And it's cool. Misty and I are big
Oh, I always
band
have one.
shirt.
I actually have Wizard of Oz
The
today.
Wizard of Oz, yeah. When we went to Vegas,
We
to the
did. We went to
restaurant, expo in Vegas, and we were walking around one of the. Misty loves Vegas, and so I did Misty's hotel tour where we just like taxied to all the hotels and looked at all of the cool stuff in there, and went and saw. They had this big display in maybe the Wynn or something like that for
The Wizard of Oz.
For the Wizard of Oz, and I was like, man, that would be really cool. Like that's something that I could go see there. I wouldn't want to see like the rock shows. Like if you're into that, it's probably really cool. But
I couldn't do a band.
it's very it would just shake you. The seats do shake too. It's like 4D, like the seats shake and everything. I was like, I don't think I can do that either. But I was like, that would be cool if that was going on, and it was. And so we went and saw the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and it was so cool.
It was really, really cool. In fact, I want to take Kemp back and make him go in there and see it.
know.
We really wanted to go see just basically like how it was set up, you know, again, production, that kind of thing. It really was
It
cool,
was so
though.
cool. It smelled like when the storm starts, it smells like rain. Your seat rattles, and they have like misters, and I still can't get over how they made it smell like rain. That
Right.
was crazy. And then they had little apples fall from the ceiling.
Well,
and
the
just
leaves and all the buzz
leaves,
and the tornado. I mean,
butterflies, the flying monkeys that actually fly around. Like, oh my gosh, it's just the coolest thing.
yeah, so if you go to Vegas and you get a chance,
and
go
you
see
get
the
a chance,
Wizard.
go see it.
See the Wizard of Oz.
That's cool. I have Zach John King on today.
Oh yeah, he opened for Vincent Mason.
Vincent Mason.
Is that who it
yeah,
was?
Yeah, and he's on tour with Morgan Wallen a little bit right now.
Oh.
And I know. I want to get him back. He was good. He was really.
I
a really
saw
nice guy.
Hudson and somebody on stage with Morgan Wallen this week on social. Who was
Bailey?
that?
Maybe?
No, it
No?
wasn't Bailey. I can't remember, but I didn't know that they were going to be with Morgan Wallen. I can't think of who it was, but anyway, I was kind of shocked on
I
that.
don't know who else it is.
I can't remember because they were out there singing with them, but I don't
Yeah.
remember who else it was.
It's a fun. I wanted to go see that show it was Zach John King, Vincent Mason, and Morgan Wallen.
Oh yeah,
And they played in Tuscaloosa in Alabama, and that looked really cool. But we had something going on that weekend, or I might have gone to that because that was really cool. But yeah, he's really good. If you're not following Zach, I would definitely look him up. He's a really nice guy too. Like, got to meet him, and he was really sweet. So I would definitely. And I've seen him on some podcasts and stuff too. And I think he has some kind of like family counseling background or something
Really?
like that. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I didn't know that either, but I saw that and I was like, that's insane. But yeah, he was really nice. So yeah, I saw that on a podcast.
Cool. What else? What do we have this week? Do we have anything? Did you check the calendar? Do we have any private events, or
We don't.
are we pretty
have-
good?
Yeah.
We have Cars and Coffee on
Cars and
Saturday.
Coffee on Saturday, our first Cook's Coffee Cars. And
Really cool.
donuts.
Antonio Pena. Did I
think.
say that
Yeah.
right? From Clairvoya Scratch Kitchen emailed us and was like, "Hey girls, we want to help you guys. We want to donate some burritos. We want to keep you guys going. Blah blah blah." So we were really excited to collab with him and for him to come out, and he's going to offer free burritos. Of course, we'll still have free coffee, free donuts provided by us as always, paid for by us as always. So come out, enjoy it, see the rides. 8 to 10 this Saturday, first one.
8 to 10. Yeah, that was really cool. I love Clairvoya. It's inside the DoubleTree downtown.
I don't know that. I know Trevor said he'd been there. I don't think I've ever been there, but
You'll have to
I
go.
don't go.
Actually, you'd like it.
Yeah.
Misty's can be a picky eater sometimes, but
I am
think
picky
she-
eater, but we don't really go out a whole lot
Yeah,
either.
but they have really good stuff. You would like it. They have he's from the area, and so he really tries to source like local ingredients and
That's
stuff like
awesome.
that. So it's really cool, and they have a really great menu. I like to go. I went for my birthday one year too, so
Cool.
I like it
Anyway,
a lot. They're nice.
we're excited about that, so I thought that was cool.
We're such a good we have a good community, yeah, and a good group of guys that come out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so old Judge Per Year over there across the
Oh
road.
yeah, he'll be over here
He'll be-
ready to help you unload those donuts.
Yep, he's ready. So that'll be good. He should be glad. I'm sure he'll be here, and I think a lot of them are excited. I mean, we've always had the rule of no burnouts, but I think just like us being a little bit more vocal about it too. There was a lot of guys, a lot of the
The older guys, everybody's like, "Why don't y'all change the date?" They like it like
It's
it
their
is.
schedule. That's-
They
they've got it on their
That's
calendar. That's
their
what they want.
routine, and they know on that first Saturday that's where they're going.
going
And
to Cook's Garage,
by gosh, they're our customers, they're our friends,
Yeah.
and we're gonna just let them keep coming.
Yeah.
So if you want to come join them, come on.
Yeah. Those are.
I know I'm going to try to get Jared or Hofstetter or maybe Shane Melcher or maybe both of them to come. We're trying to kick off the rodeo. We've just announced the talent. We just announced PBR's coming, which is super exciting with Coben Puckett. He does
really
the one
cool.
out of Amarillo.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really excited about that. So I'm going to try to get them to come on, and we're going to talk rodeo. If you want to sponsor something, you want your name. We have 2 rodeos that are actually on the Cowboy Channel. So our actual PRCA rodeo and then the Ranch rodeo are on the Cowboy Channel. And then this year, like I say, we've added the PBR, and they are actually going to be on, I think, Ride TV maybe.
Oh wow.
So, if you want to get your company out there, and get them on, and the best thing about Cowboy Channel, a lot of times they replay those a lot.
They replay 'em, yeah.
I know during
My
the year,
grandpa,
somebody will
yeah.
call me and go, "Hey, I just saw you on TV
Yeah.
on the Cowboy Channel." I'm like, "Yeah, it comes on every so often." So if you want to get your company out there, and if you want to come back and give and support our local youth in all the surrounding areas, the whole rodeo, the whole month long, everything benefits Behind the Chutes, which that's our 501c3. We give tons of scholarships out, which is super cool. Of course, they get all the prizes. They get, the buckles and the saddles, and they get money. It's a great time. It's a great family event. You can bring your entire family, your kids, your grandma, whatever. We added steer show last year. That was our new thing last year. So we're super
The
excited.
Steer show was cool. Ryan Rash judged the
He
Steer
did.
show, which was a big. I mean, it was big. Like that was a big deal.
It was a
Yeah.
big deal for us to come right out of the gate, have him as the judge
Yeah.
for our very first one. Shane Melcher did an absolute
Ah, I
fabulous
love Shane.
job. There was no wait times. There was no anything. I mean, everything just ran. It was probably
Yeah.
one of the smoothest steer shows I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And being the first one, everybody was just flabbergasted. They could not, and I know a lot of them were kind of snubbing us a little bit, and they didn't bring their
Thinking-
cattle, thinking, "Oh, that's going to be a shit show."
Yeah.
Which I agree. Everything we have out here is usually a shit show. I understand. But honestly, they were like, "Dang, I wish I'd have brought my
Yeah, wish
cattle.
I would've-
Dang,
yeah.
I wish I would have brought mine." Payouts were unbelievable.
Yes.
So honestly, if you want to get your company out there, you want to support your local youth in rodeo and agriculture. You know, we're not just rodeo. We don't just give to rodeo. If those kids want to go to a welding school or whatever, I mean, we're all about it. So if you want to support agriculture in general, call us, call me, message us, email us. Let's get you a sponsorship. Let's get your banner in our arena. You can be seen on TV, and you can do a really good thing for your local youth.
I think what I didn't realize when we first started going into it, and one of the things that really stuck with me is I love that we they all do the scholarships for the welding and just like all of those programs. But I also didn't realize is how many kids go to school. They go to college and they're an ag major or whatever. And then they're on the rodeo team just all around, and that is costing them money out of their own pocket to like get down the road to go rodeo for the school. And so I just never kind of crossed my mind.
Right.
Like the football teams a lot of times don't have to do that. They're not having to pay so much to play.
Right,
and
but
so,
we are on the it's not just you don't have to have a horse or a rodeo. I mean, you
Right.
can do those trade schools. You can
Yeah.
do something in agriculture. We want to be there. We want to raise those kids with those great values, and there's nothing better than an agriculture background
Yeah,
and an ag
background.
environment to raise your kids and your family and that kind of thing. So if you want to come be a part of it, reach out to us, and
yeah, it's
you want to
great.
volunteer, we'll take your help, whatever it is you want to offer. So come see us, and like I say, hopefully next time maybe I'll grab one of those guys and have them come on and we'll talk rodeo, all of it. So until then, I know my haters out there, my nails look like crap, so if you want to,
Ugh, I know.
let me
Dude,
have it.
You need to.
I'm sure that's one of
do
the things
something
coming.
with yourself.
So until then, keep hating, keep loving, whatever. We're here.
We're here.
See you next week.
So a lot of times whenever we're doing some of these crazy things, we don't have footage because we're in the middle of it. But if you guys have some crazy footage of us doing something, or just some footage of something going on out here that you want us to react to, or get our thoughts on, send it in. I don't know where we're sending it to, Ryan. You can send it, you can just send it to cooksgarage@yahoo.com. Should I redo that? Oh, okay. Or tag us. Okay, perfect. DM us. They can DM us, right? Okay.